Good night to my UNC family. Let me hear it in this building. I would like to say a special good night to my honorable political leader, the Honorable Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, to all the MPs and senators gathered here, and again to you, my UNC family, locked on to this live broadcast, and to the members seated here tonight. I am here to tell you a tale of pure victimization. Victimization by this wicked, incompetent PNM government. When they don't get their way, just like their leader, they bully and they victimize. My farmers in Murga Tablan could tell that tale all too well. But why victimize Murga Tablan constituency farmers, Mr. Prime Minister? And I want to say Mr. Prime Minister. I'll put the title to your name because unlike you, we here in the UNC, we have a little decorum. But while you run to Guyana, Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted to tell you that you could have visited Murga Tablan, where we contribute to the food basket of Trinidad and Tobago, where we have the potential to reduce the import bill and increase our export, where we could earn foreign exchange. The farmers of Murga Tablan continue to be sidestepped by this government, and I cannot understand why. They are here and they are present and they are ready to contribute to the nation's food basket. So why has this government continued to serve them with inaction, continue to victimize them? Why, I tell you, my farmers sit on the wayside and they wonder, why are we being victimized? Why don't we have the infrastructure needed? What have we done wrong other than support this wicked, incompetent government? But no longer, they say, no longer shall they do so. While we are plagued with various headlines throughout the nation media ways, throughout the printed media, we are plagued with headlines. Newsday article, October 6, 2021, food prices soar in Trinidad and Tobago. Guardian, January 5th, 2022, pay more for food? Why should we pay more for food? Express, March 31st, 2022, food prices increased, and not by 1%, not by the 2% that they want to give to the public servants, but by 9.7% in 2 years. Newsday article, the 18th of April, 2022, food prices jumped to 8.6%. Newsday article again, June 21st, 2022, food prices go up. What headline have we not seen? You know what headline we have not seen? An increase in salary, a return of the baby grant. We have not seen those headlines, but we continue to suffer. We continue to suffer. We continue to be unable to pay our bills. We continue to be faced with indignation and this wicked government every time we enter any office because they have turned us down. We continue to be faced with closed doors, and we are asking, what could we do? We all know that video where we go do dread. Who remember that video? After the 2015 election of that PNM activist, where we go do dread? Now the whole of Trinidad and Tobago asking, where we go do dread? But I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago, what would we do when election bell is called? We will vote out this incompetent government. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago here tonight, as my Deputy Political Leader, Ms. Jolene John, would say, elections have consequences, and we have felt the bitter taste of this rowdy government. Like my colleague said, move, PNM move, let me pass. And we will no longer ask, what we going to do, Jared? But we know what we will do when election bell is ring. We will show up in our masses and we will vote out this wicked government. We have faced the bitter taste of bondage for too long. The cost of living is too high. When a normal citizen continues to receive increases every time they go to the grocery and nothing is increasing with regards to the salary, they are faced with rent, utility bills, food bills that they cannot meet on a monthly basis. They are running a budget, like this government, on a deficit. They are running their household on trust. Every person in this country has reached a trust week. A trust week is a week, the last week in the month, when you cannot afford anything. This government has put Trinidad and Tobago citizens on trust. We cannot afford to live in our own country. We need change now. While they eat steak and they eat ham and they could afford expensive jam, we cannot afford one chicken. You remember a long time when chicken was a luxury in the household and you could only have it on a Sunday? This wicked government has brought us back to those days when chicken is only afforded, and that is if you could afford on a Sunday. You will have that taste. It is so bad right now in my constituency where certain households cannot afford legumes. Peas. What is the price of a pound of peas? This government should hang their head in shame. I say PNM, hang your head in shame. Exit. Don't wait. Don't wait for what is happening in the outer world to happen here. Take a hint. Exit. The people are under pressure. We don't want this government anymore. While the Prime Minister would say what we are facing is due to the impasse in Russia, it's not due to the impasse in Russia. It's because we have an incompetent government that did not put things in place. They had no foresight. I am telling you here tonight, had it been a government led by the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, we won't be saying where we go do dread. Things would have been in place. Mothers would have things to feed their children. But because where we go do dread, because we did not take her call, we did not listen to Rodney Charles, MP Rodney Charles, when he said this government did not have a plan. But now we know. So I want to tell you, where we go do dread, when election is called, when local government election is called, my constituents, the constituents from Sandy Grande, from San Fernando West, we will show up and we will vote out this government. That is what we will do. It's no longer where we go do dread. We would not continue to let this government hurt the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Enough is a slogan we have pinned to everything we are saying, because, and I like to go a little further. You know, when you say enough is enough. I am sick, tired, and fed up of this PNM government. And you want to know why I am sick, tired, and fed up of this PNM government? You know what it is to get a call from a mother. Mish, I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the month, you know. Mish, I get 5 book lists. I just buy books. I don't know what I'm doing, you know. Mish, the rent. Mish, the landlord. Mish, I get put out. And when you see UNC MPs show up, we show up with our, I would say, the grace from God and the will and the mandate from our political leaders. My colleague said, she said, serve the people, serve the people, serve the people. But we show up with our pocket and our wallets. Some are paying landlords. We are making grocery. And this is not from assistance from this wicked government. We do it because we love the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We do it because we have a plan to remove the suffering. How could Trinidad and Tobago have voted out a prime minister that created over 50,000 jobs and put a prime minister that we lost 150, and now they want to increase your retirement age? Now they want to increase? Now they want to tell you you have to work till the age of 65? Are we accepting that? Trinidad and Tobago, I want us to sit down and think what this government is doing to us. You know. They are putting us 60 years backwards, you know. Trinidad and Tobago, I come from a rural constituency where my youths are unemployed and they do not have, Sometimes I don't want to say they don't have hope, because as a Christian, once you're living and you're breathing and God is on the throne, you have hope. But with a government like with the PNM, the People National Movement, and I want to say what that acronym really means, but I think I'll get a pre-action protocol letter, because every time one of the UNC strong activists hit a podium, we are faced with pre-action protocol letter, but we take it because we want to serve you. But I wouldn't say what that acronym means, but if you inbox me, I'm very responsive, because it's time we speak it as it is. If we keep shouldering and we keep hiding, this government is going to put us back 60 years. Trinidad and Tobago, our import bill. What is our import bill for rice? Right now, we are spending over, approximately 120 million TT in imported rice. Again, my farmers in Murga Tableland, we are ready, we are able, we have the know-how. You could ask Senator Lyda, we have the Murga Gold, we have the Murga Hill rice. With the support from this government, we would not have been facing the price of a 9 kg, approximately $103 TT. We would have had a reduced price because we would have been producing our rice. We could have feed ourselves, but this government lacked foresight. And because of that, we are here today. When $100 could have given you a nip of flour, a bottle of oil, you could have got a half a chicken. Today, $100. If you're a mother and you go in the grocery, you will walk every aisle. You will make a second rounds, a third and a fourth, and you still don't know how to spend that $100. And that is what this government has done to us. And we have to remove them. We have to remove this wicked PNM government. The challenges that farmers face is far and wide, and it is not only inherent in Murga Tableland. When you have farmers to date still being affected by flood without compensation, we as the consumers, we absorb that bill when we go to the market. This government does not see that. They are not putting things in place to make our food basket at home any easier. When our farmers are faced with high chemical prices, when they have to face predial larceny, when the farmers have poor infrastructure, as a farmer right now they are operating at a loss. But this government don't see that. They are crippling every sector of our country. And we are sitting down and taking that. But you know how I want we to riot? We're going to riot with our finger. And as I said, it's not going to be where we go do dread. When election is called, we're going to show up in our masses and we're going to vote this wicked government out. Enough is enough. They only know how to do policies on paper, but we in the United National Congress know how to take it from the paper and implement it. So you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, and the young population benefit. You benefit from schooling, you benefit from GATE, not this government. I remember that way you could do dread videos all too well. That mean no more GATE for we children, boy. Do you remember that? Well, we are saying that today. No more GATE. UE is saying that the numbers that enroll has dropped. You know why? Because it's no more GATE for we dread. We need to change that. We need to move this government. We need to think about our children. It's time now. And if I am the MP for Murga Tableland, and I stand here and I don't mention my roadways, and I don't show you videos of squander mania of taxpayers' dollars, then something is wrong. I want to show you a video of a facility that cost the country over $60 million, the agro-processing facility. To date, it is vacant. It is 5 empty shells. Every time you ask the Minister of Trade, We have commitment. We have commitment. We have commitment. We have commitment. I want to tell the Minister of Trade, I have young people willing to fill that. I have farmers willing to fill that. I have Lassavan farmers, Kunjal farmers willing to fill that with the support of a right-thinking government. And we know that is not the PNM government, but a Kamla-led government. So I am asking this government to step aside and let a true leader hold the reins. I would like to show you another facility. Now this one is the fishing port. And if you know the history of the Murga fishing port, it is something that was promised before I was born. We will go back to the 1960s here. And surprisingly, this structure here, now don't be fooled, that is just the galvanized fence, is what is happening behind that. The next picture will show. This would have been started, and I don't know if you could see the date, 2020, no. That's when they were spending the whole treasury trying to win Murga Tablan. But just like when Murga Tablan signal, we had enough, the rest of the country will do the same. Now that is it. That is the structure. That is our 62 million plus there. The contractor is not getting any funding from the government. So he has, I would say, pull out. He has a security guard and a foreman he's paying, but this is our money. And I want to call on the Minister of Works to report to the constituents of Murga Tablan, why is this project at a standstill? This project could create jobs. This project could give a father a day work, and he would be able to feed his family. So I am calling on Rowan Sinodon to account and tell us what is the status of this fishing facility. I won't put the blame on the contractor because we know all too well they don't like to pay. What are we going to do, Jared? I would like to show you another video, and this would be the Lengua roadway, and my heart goes out to this constituent. We would have had several site visits on this same site. I would have raised it in Parliament. We got commitment from the minister. This project, he said, cannot be done in the rainy season. We said, all right. We prayed, and the building was, it still stands by the grace of God. You promised us that you're going to repair this land. But one more shower of rain. Praise God. Of February of this year. I don't want to say what that TikTok video, but we all saw that viral video that said why the storm did not come. And it was because, as my colleague said, move Satan, move God pitied us. And that storm did not come. Had that storm came, that man would have lost his home. Now that is Mr. Robinson. This landslip was promised to be started on the 15th of February. And to date, we are still waiting. We have letters, we have videos with the minister saying that it's awarded, it will start. That's a letter he sent to me saying that the project will start the 15th of February. We are here the 11th of July. And the project has not started, and Mr. Robin is on the verge of losing not one, but two-story structures. The next video is something that would have accelerated over the weekend. Now this is in Robert Village, Tableland, where I have approximately 150 homeowners cannot leave their home. So this is in Robert Village, Tableland. That entire roadway has given way. Ministry of Works is saying that contract is award, but as always, funding is the problem. And this is just a few of the issues that we have in Murga Tablan. When next I take to the podium, I will tell you of the story of how you spend $178 million and nothing changes on our roadway. But this one is dear to my heart because if something is not done, I have farmers, pineapple farmers. As we know, Tablan is home to the pineapple farmers. I have pineapple farmers that cannot access their crop. I have homeowners beyond that point. As I said, 150 persons cannot leave if an emergency takes place. No ambulance can't go in, fire service cannot go in. So I'm calling again on the Minister of Works to hear the cries of the constituents of Murga Tablan, to come and do what we hired you to do. And the people, this government forgot that we hired them. We hired them by voting them there. But we're going to fire them by voting them out. And before I exit the podium tonight, I would like to spend my last few seconds saying farewell to a steward of the party, Mr. Puran Sarajit. Mr. Puran Sarajit lives in Puran Road in George Village, Tableland. A true UNC soldier at the age of 84. I will tell you of a person that will never miss a meeting, never miss an election. He's always sitting down at the poll, but that aside, a true community activist, always fighting and championing the cause. And I would like to join the family in saying farewell to a true soldier, Mr. Puran Sarajit, on behalf of the United National Congress, our honorable political leader, all the MPs, senators. We wish you farewell, and I know God will guide you on the next journey. I thank you, my UNC family.
Welcome